What is going on, everybody? Right now we are going to compare iOS 11.4.1 to iOS 12 beta 5 on my iPhone 6. And now if you aren't familiar with these videos, then I pretty much just do a boot up test, some small little speed tests, and there were some problems with my website loading test thing, so we'll try to fix that. If I don't fix that up next time, then I will try to just load up like the Apple website or something like that. But just keep in mind that that little test is a little bit messed up a little bit, but it's all good. So with the boot up test, all we really do is just boot up the phone. And I believe on iOS 12 beta 5, it did boot up a little bit faster, which kind of makes sense because when you see the multi-core score, you'll see that it is actually did increase a little bit. And iOS 12 beta 5 did have quite a bit of improvements within it. There weren't like crazy humongous features, but there were some minor things that were added, which is kind of cool. And I'm kind of excited to see how iOS 12 goes all together. And with this specific App Store boot up test, I believe iOS 11.4.1 booted up a little bit faster. And sometimes when you're doing a test like this, sometimes an app might load up faster than the other. I always clear out all the apps beforehand, so it really just depends on, sometimes the phone just does it and it's just kind of weird. So it's not 100% like exact every single time. Just because a phone is faster doesn't mean it will load up apps 100% faster on the same phone. So then we just did the maps test, and I don't really know why I do this. I mean, it kind of shows loading, loading the maps up a little bit, but other than that, it doesn't really showcase too much. Maps isn't that big of an app when you're just overlaying the map, like the overall thing. And now I booted a flawless phone, and this is where the problem occurred. I don't know what happened with my website, but I will try to fix it the next time I do it. And as you can see, it takes so long to get into. And it's not the iPhone 6's problem. It's not the problem with the iOS version. It's a problem with my website because I've had problems with other phones too. So I will try my best to get that fixed and everything. And hopefully by the next video or the next comparison, I will get it fixed. If not, then I will go ahead and just load up like apple.com or something. But with the Real Racing 3 boot up test, you will end up seeing, and again, this isn't, showcasing the overall speed improvements or anything, but it is kind of interesting to see the differences and everything that occurs between them. And you will see that on iOS 12 beta 5, it does boot up into the Real Racing 3 logo a little bit faster than on iOS 11.4.1. And you will see that on iOS 11.4.1, it is still it's noticeably behind than on iOS 12 beta 5. And you can see that on 12 beta 5, we are actually like way ahead of 11.4.1, which is pretty crazy. So, well, what I will say is like, yeah, it does improve the speeds overall with iOS 12 beta 5. And I don't think it's a beta 5 thing overall. I think it's like overall with iOS 12, it is noticeably faster, but at the same time, you have to remember that like there's so many problems with iOS 12 beta 5. It's not stable. It is a beta, so this isn't the final version. Now with the multi-core score, we have 79,290 on iOS 11.4.1. On iOS 12 beta 5, we have 81,262. So what does this mean? That means that there is quite a bit of speed improvements on the iOS 12 beta 5, but it isn't necessarily the best version of iOS 12. And if it's between you installing 11.4.1 or iOS 12 beta 5, 150% install iOS 11.4.1. Never update to beta on your daily driver. If you have a side phone, that's different, but I'm actually pretty, overall, my closing thoughts, I'm excited for iOS 12. I really think these key improvements are pretty cool. They're not making monumental leaps, but they're making smaller leaps that kind of, make more sense. With iOS 11, they promised so much and they under-delivered. With iOS 12, they didn't promise a lot, but they're kind of over-delivering. So we have a little bit of a different outlook, and I'm kind of excited for it. And that is pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, but definitely hit that subscribe button. We're still giving away an iPhone 6s and an iPhone SE on the channel. And in order to enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both those links are down in the description, so make sure you guys enter that. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. And hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.